What's up folks, Ethan here at Hunt Ford in Franklin, Kentucky, and today we're going over all of the new changes for the 2026 Super Duty. As many of you know, Ford released the new order guides for the new model year over the last week, so we are going to cover everything that has changed. Then over the next few weeks, we're going to be talking a little bit more about what ordering each individual trim level is going to look like for the next year. In case you're new here, we at Hunt Ford were the #1 Ford truck dealer in the entire state of Kentucky last year. So we get tons of the new Ford truck inventory. We're talking about the regular F-150 all the way up to the F-450 Platinum Plus. We get the entire gamut of every new Ford truck that they offer. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe down below and hit that notification bell, because we get a lot of trucks that we take a look at and show you that you know what you're looking for. So for 2026, Ford's actually decided to simplify things a little bit and make it a little easier to order the different packages. So today we're going to go over the engines, the colors, the new packages and features, as well as talk about some of the different configurations. So let's start up at the top with the new engine changes for 2026. So let's talk about engines. Starting up at the front with the 6.8 liter gas V8 engine. That's going to be now standard on the XL, the XLT, and your Lariat trim levels. Now, obviously, if you get into a different package or two, like the trimmer, that's gonna change your engine classification. But those specific trim levels are going to have the 6.8 liter gas V8 engine as a standard option. Now, the 7.3 liter gas Godzilla V8 that we all know and love, that's going to be standard on the King Ranch and above. Now, if you are looking for a diesel truck, you still have the standard output or the high output 6.7 liter Power Stroke diesel V8 engine. The standard output is going to be capable of 475 horsepower and 1,050 pound-feet of torque, whereas the high output is going to be 500 horsepower and 1,200 pound-feet of torque. We have good reports from both customers. Some of the people that dip into that high output engine are really those who are towing heavy at like higher elevations in the mountains. Otherwise, that regular standard output is going to be perfectly, capable for most people. Now, past engines, we can go into some of the features. LED lighting is going to be available on all trim levels. It's not standard across the lineup, but it is available on all trim levels. Especially now, you can get it into the STX and the XLT premium packages. And that's great because that means that even at those lower trim levels, you can start to get a lot more improved visibilities. Now, those are going to be the LED reflectors. They're not the full LED projectors that you're going to get on the, say, Platinum trim level. But again, that really does improve that visibility for those lower end trucks. Now, there are a few different options on the Copilot 360 and the 360 cameras, but they are available across the trim lineup, as well as there are some newer wheel options available. We will actually cover those when we talk about each individual package once we get a closer look and kind of get some actual graphics and images of what they're going to look like. And while we're talking about looks, there are some new color changes. There are two new color options for the Super Duty for this year. The first is Argon Blue, and I have not got a chance to take a look at it just yet. If you've actually had a chance to see it in either on the forums or anywhere, let me take a look at it. Show me down in the comments below, and I want to take a look and see, and I may even feature your comment in the next video. The other color that's now available is the Marsh Gray. We've seen this on the Bronco Sport, the F-150. They're just bringing that into the 2026 lineup. This one actually makes me kind of sad because it is one of my favorite colors. Iconic Silver is a fleet only option. You can't get it on a regular retail truck. You have to be a fleet order to get it, which, is fine. A lot of customers really wanted that back, so they did include it as a regular fleet option. It's my favorite color in the lineup, and I'm kind of boring. I don't like everything else, but y'all tell me what you think about it down in the comments below. And unfortunately, we're getting rid of two colors. We are getting rid of Darkened Bronze Metallic and Antimatter Blue. These are colors that weren't incredibly popular, but they definitely had their followings on people who liked them. Again, y'all tell me what you think. Is this kind of a good color mix for Ford for this year, or are you kind of sad to see either something not added or something taken away? Now, let's talk packages. This is kind of the last one because it's some of the biggest changes. Starting at the top with one of our most popular options and packages that we get here at the dealership, the Trimmer Off-Road package. There's actually two kind of big changes. One of them's a little bit smaller, but the biggest is that you can now get the standard output diesel engine with the trimmer package. You either had the option for the longest time of a 7.3 liter gas V8 or the high output 6.7 liter. Now you can get just that regular diesel engine. You've got 3 different options for your trimmer that you can kind of customize it a little bit better to what you're needing to do. Now, unfortunately, it is going to be late availability on the XLT and the Lariat unless you get the Lariat Premium or the Lariat Ultimate package. Now, the other change for the trimmer package is actually a little bit smaller one. They are going to be getting rid of the lane departure warning. I don't know how big of a change that's going to be for a lot of folks, but you know, it could make a difference, especially because these trucks are pretty big, and as you're towing it, you know, may make a little bit of a change for you. I don't think it'll be that bad. I don't actually know how much of a change that's going to be for a lot of folks. I mean, these trucks are pretty big, but I don't hear a whole lot about that specifically with trimmer customers especially. Now, I did mention it, there is a new Lariat Premium package. My guess is that's going to kind of situate itself as kind of the mid package for the Lariat. So you're going to have a Lariat Standard, your Lariat Ultimate, and that's going to be kind of that mid package. I'll do a full video talking about the Lariat and all of the changes with it here soon, so y'all make sure you're subscribed and ready to see that stuff as I post it. It's going to kind of situate itself like the XLT, which has an XLT Standard and an XLT Premium, but the good news is actually that XLT Premium no longer requires the black appearance package, so you get a little bit more customizability on how your XLT Premiums are going to be able to look for the 26 model year. Now, let's talk about the STX appearance package. There weren't really any actual changes to it, but you can now get it on the dualies. A lot of people like that because it did add some extra functionality to those XL trim levels, like those LED headlights that I mentioned earlier, and they're just gonna kind of make it look a little bit nicer. There you go. Those are the biggest changes from the 2025 Super Duty to the 2026. Again, we are going to do a full trim level overview in the next few videos so that once you all are trying to get your orders in, we'll have a little bit better idea of what kind of features and packages are going to come with each individual option. As always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so down below and hit the notification bell. And if you have any questions that you want us to take a look at in our next few videos, let us know down below. We'll be happy to answer them. That's about all I've got for you today, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.